This is the video for the cognitive theory questions, the mark scheme for those. To explain what's meant by inference in relation to this study, I gave you the direct quotation from this mark scheme in your flipped learning. Hopefully you've got it in your books, and hopefully you've noted it down to remember it. It's 2 marks for an explanation, going beyond the immediate evidence to make assumptions about mental processes that cannot be directly observed, and then you get 1 mark for a sound application. They could not observe problem solving directly, so they had to assume from the fact it took longer in green ink that makes problem solving more difficult. No marks for no application. Okay, so if you don't apply, you don't get any marks. No contextualization, same sort of thing here, and that's the definition. That term is already one that you've got in your books. Briefly explain 1 strength and 1 limitation of the cognitive approach to psychology. So you'd say a strength, and this is directly taken from the mark scheme, this wording, so I want you to see why I push the P structure so much. 1 mark for identification of a strength is, plus 1 mark for an explanation of a strength. Why is it a strength of the cognitive approach? This is a strength because I've taken it directly from the mark scheme. Identification of a limitation, explanation. A limitation is a weakness is, this is a weakness because. So you've got the P structure. A strength is, this is a strength because, and you've got supporting evidence, practical applications, and contrast to alternatives. So here if you talked about a strength is that it has supporting evidence, for example, and then you talked about Beardsley and Squires. This is a strength because it increases the validity of the theory. Practical applications, this is a strength because the strength is it has practical applications, for example, rational emotive therapy or intergenerational learning centre. This is a strength because it suggests it has the theory is high in validity. Contrast to alternatives, the strength of the cognitive approach is it's less deterministic. For example, and then I can't remember any example that you've used, and this is a strength because it considers both free will and cognitive cognition, free will and determinism, allowing for a more complete explanation of human behaviours. A weakness is, this is a weakness because, and you talk about extrapolation, a weakness of the cognitive approach is that it suffers with the research suffers with issues of extrapolation. For example, it compares humans and computers who are very different. Computers don't feel emotion, they don't have free will, and they don't make errors. This is a weakness because it suggests the theory can't be effectively applied to human behaviour, therefore reducing the validity of that behaviour. Thank you very much.